From ingenious methods to outsmarting authorities, these masterminds have rewritten the rules of the game. Whether it's evading border patrols or sneaking contraband past sophisticated security systems, these smugglers operate with unparalleled cunning and precision. Join us as we embark on a journey to decode their tactics, unravel their secrets, and gain insights into the clandestine world of international smuggling. But remember, this exploration is not for the faint-hearted. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our thrilling adventures. Now, let's embark on this exhilarating expedition together. Number 15. The Body Cavity Conundrum. In the world of smuggling, the human body has become a vessel for the most desperate of transports. Smugglers often resort to using their own bodies to ferry illegal drugs across borders. This strategy involves concealing drugs inside bodily cavities in order to avoid being discovered by law authorities. In one terrifying incident, a woman was caught at John F. Kennedy International Airport with half a pound of cocaine concealed inside of her. The medications had been injected into her body and discovered during a routine check. Her health was seriously at risk because of this. The risk of drugs rupturing within the victim makes this smuggling method dangerous. It also poses a serious problem for security officers, who have to strike a balance between the need for extensive searches and the privacy of individuals. Number 14. Man inside car seat. Smugglers camouflaged a person as a vehicle seat in order to enter the border secretly, demonstrating a new degree of creativity. An individual in this peculiar story was actually dressed and shaped to resemble a car seat. At first sight, the setup was so realistic that it looked like the car was missing a passenger or perhaps drove itself. Border Patrol agents have been taught to detect even the smallest errors since they are constantly on guard. In this instance, the effort they put in paid off when they chose to give the car a closer look. Even with the first trick, the smugglers were eventually caught when their charade was discovered. Number 13. Drugs in car seat. When it comes to smuggling, it seems that everyday objects are not what they appear. In a cunning twist, smugglers turned an ordinary car seat into a hidden compartment for illegal drugs. During a routine stop at the El Centro border, officer suspicions were piqued when the K9 unit signaled an alert. The car was driven by a 42-year-old individual. It appeared normal in every aspect except for one, the back seat. Upon closer inspection, authorities discovered the seat was modified to house secret compartments. Inside these spaces, they found sealed packages containing a substantial quantity of drugs. Number 12. Phones strapped to a body. One man perfected the art of smartphone smuggling in a world where technology reigns supreme. A man wearing what seemed like contemporary armor passed through customs. However, this was no great night. Rather, he was a smuggler trying to get around high import tariffs with 94 iPhones strapped to his body. This guy thought he could become a human smartphone rack and outsmart border guards. He had layers upon layers of iPhones taped to him, from his stomach to his calves. At a Chinese border, customs officials, already on the lookout for such tactics, observed his unusual walking style and large outfit. Upon closer inspection, they uncovered the high-tech haul. They revealed iPhones of various models strapped like bandages across his body. Number 11. Drone smugglers. Surprisingly, drones have been repurposed to deliver forbidden goods directly into prisons. This high-tech method of smuggling was brought to light when corrections officers noticed unusual contraband appearing within prison walls. Upon investigation, it was discovered that a group led by an inmate orchestrated deliveries using drones. These unmanned aerial vehicles were loaded with items ranging from drugs and phones to weapons, all tied with fishing lines for easy retrieval. One particular case involved Craig Hickenbottom, who from behind bars managed to arrange over 50 drone flights into the prison, delivering goods valued between $600,000 and $1 million. Number 10. Man and wife suitcase. In a storyline that sounds more like a sketch comedy, a woman tries a risky jailbreak for her husband. After a visit with their partner, Maria Del Mare Arona prepared to roll her husband out to freedom by stuffing him into a sizable suitcase. The scheme was as foolish as it was stupid. Juan Ramirez Tiara, her partner, was incarcerated for 20 years for unlawfully possessing weapons. After their time together, he snuggled up inside the bag. Maria's plan, however, was foiled when guards saw her straining to lift the remarkably hefty luggage. As she attempted to break out of the prison, her anxious manner revealed her identity. The guards chose to examine the inside more closely. Ramirez was discovered stuffed between clothes. Number 9. Mr. Potato Head's cocaine caper. Mr. Potato Head is innocent. Who would suspect him? Smugglers cleverly repurposed the popular children's toy into a conduit for illegal goods. When customs authorities opened a Mr. Potato Head toy and saw that it was missing its typical plastic mouth, eyes, and ears, they were shocked. Rather, they contained ecstasy pills inside. Australian customs intercepted the toy that was being delivered from Ireland during a random postal search. This method of concealment took advantage of the toy's innocent appearance and modular design. The audacity of hiding illegal substances within a children's toy shows the lengths to which smugglers will go to transport their goods. Number 8. The Great Garlic Scheme. Smugglers invented a clever method known as the Great Garlic Scheme. They entered the European Union with Chinese garlic, taking advantage of a tax loophole. The surprise, though, was that they passed it off as apples. This clever but illegal tactic was designed to get around the EU's higher import taxes on garlic, which were set at 99.6%, whereas they were only 1.2% on apples. An Irish businessman recognized an opportunity to save millions of dollars by circumventing the law, and he became the genius behind this business idea. He smuggled more than 1,000 tons of garlic between 2003 and 2007. The elaborate trick depended on the intricate customs code system of the European Union. Customs officers, however, were suspicious of the large shipments of apples and carried out extensive inquiries. The plot unraveled and led to arrests and hefty penalties. Number 7. Cigarettes inside tree trunks. Smugglers from Russia developed a creative but illegal way to move cigarettes. They hid them within tree trunks that had been hollowed out. This was no little endeavor. Rather, it was a significant attempt to smuggle cigarettes into Germany and the UK from Belarus via Poland. By hollowing out the interiors of tree trunks and inserting cigarette packages within, the smugglers believed they had it all figured out. Their goal was to mix illegal lumber exports with their own illicit goods. Nature, though, has a way of bringing things to light. When customs inspectors at the Yagnik checkpoint on the Ukrainian-Polish border chose to conduct a random inspection, the plan fell through. The weight of the modified tree trunks was noticeably lighter than it should have been, and they realized this. In total, 55 tree trunks were found to be hollowed out and crammed with around 25,000 packets of cigarettes. The smugglers had used chainsaws to modify the trunks, packing them tightly to avoid detection. But as clever as the scheme was, the natural weight of wood became their downfall. Number 6. Forbidden fruit. Con artists came up with a novel way to smuggle cocaine. They would hide it inside pineapples that had been hollowed out. This clever but unlawful strategy was used to smuggle drugs past unsuspecting customs officers. This tropical ruse was discovered by authorities during a routine examination. The shipment looked at first glance to be just a bunch of fresh pineapples on their way to market. But the true cargo these fruits held within was everything but sweet. Carefully hollowed out, each pineapple held cylindrical packets of cocaine within. After that, they were resealed to seem unopened. But in the end, the smugglers' tropical business was exposed, despite their best attempts. Number 5. Gold inside soap. Smugglers developed a cunning plan whereby they placed gold granules within regular soap bars. Vigilant customs officers at Mangalore International Airport stopped a creative but unlawful plot. An Air India Express passenger from Dubai came early. He was discovered to be carrying unclean soap bars. Gold grains were concealed among these ordinary things. They were cleverly hidden so they would go undetected via security inspections. The soap bars had been carefully hollowed out, then filled with valuable metal and resealed to make them look undamaged. Their plan might have cleaned up in profits had it not been for the sharp eyes of the customs staff. Number 4. The Pigeon Plot. Carrier pigeons are a traditional means of transportation for drug traffickers in Colombia to carry their illicit goods. Pigeons were taught to fly between designated spots while wearing tiny packages of marijuana and cocaine attached to their bodies. This approach offered a low-tech resolution to a crucial issue. With its inherent stealth, it eluded contemporary security and monitoring systems. Colombian police discovered this unusual smuggling scheme in 2011. One overloaded pigeon, carrying a payload too hefty for its flight, stopped close to a police station, revealing the operation. Number 3. Drugs and fake belly. A woman passing through customs appeared to be about to become a mother based on her silhouette. But this was no ordinary pregnancy. Rather, it was a clever fraud. To hide drugs, a smuggler had made a silicone pregnancy belly in an effort to appeal to customs officers' empathy and preconceptions. When customs officers detected something strange about the woman's appearance, that is, that her tummy felt particularly chilly and hard to the touch, they discovered that the woman was lying. After closer examination, they found that the belly was made of silicone rather than skin. It had been expertly crafted into a device for concealing drugs. Number 2. The submarine subterfuge. Smugglers in Colombian forests are now using the ocean's depths to carry their illegal goods. These specially constructed semi-submersible boats are engineering marvels with a single goal in mind: transporting massive amounts of drugs covertly. These narco-subs are an example of how clever smugglers can be. They are difficult for law enforcement to find before they are launched, since they are built in faraway places. Once at sea, they ride low in the water, so low that radar and the human eye cannot see them at all. A normal narco-sub is capable of transporting many tons of drugs, most of which are intended for the US border. The Colombian Navy successfully intercepted one of these boats in 2019, making it a notable catch. This stopped over 1,000 tons of cocaine from getting to where it was going. The bust was significant, with an estimated street value of nearly $200,000. Number 1. Live hummingbirds in trousers. It was discovered that a Dutch visitor had real hummingbirds tucked inside his clothes. At Cayenne, French Guiana's Rochambeau Airport, customs officers began to suspect the man due to his strange movements and tense manner. When they looked closer, they saw little pockets sewed into the front of his pants. There was a real hummingbird inside each. Each bird was carefully wrapped in cloth and fastened to keep it from moving too much, while yet allowing it to breathe enough to make it through the journey. The dark part of the illegal pet trade is revealed by this strange effort at smuggling. The individual, who had already served time in prison for similar crimes, showed the ongoing demand for endangered animals that fuels these kinds of illegal activity.